Hey y'all, welcome back. This is what, episode 101, right? Or 102?
102. Yeah,
Yeah,
102.
102. We are cruising here, guys. We are just a couple of weeks away from our 2-year anniversary of doing this shit. Wow. You put up with me for 2 years every week, Kevin.
You put up with me for 2 years.
We put up with Cyrus.
I know.
I
It
did try
is
to get him on for
incredible.
tonight because of mainly what we're going to talk about all night.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
But that
that
would have
would have been
been
ideal.
Yeah, but he sadly had to work tonight. So he
Well,
did
he'll be
not.
on soon. He'll be on
Yeah,
soon.
oh yes, we'll have the NBA preview with Cyrus and Ronald hopefully in the next couple of weeks. That will definitely be one where you and I will be timing the whole time. You can time one side, I'll time the other person and make sure we stay
Yes.
in
Yes.
track.
When I
Uh
last talked to Ronald, he said he's been waiting for his long awaited return to the Manly Musings podcast. So
tell
yeah, we're
him
gonna make it happen.
Tell him next time you talk to him that we will have like trumpets playing or something for him when he comes on.
No, 100%. I'm all about that. I love it.
And Cyrus we'll just throw the boo birds out to him just because the being a Duke fan. Uh,
I agree. Hey, don't hate on his Duke life. He does what he does.
I know, but I hate Duke. I can't help it. It's just
Well, yeah, you're a Carolina fan. Of course, you're supposed to hate Duke. It's just
exactly
part of your nature.
it is. So I did flip things around a little bit tonight, Kevin. If you saw the write up for what we're going to talk about.
I think I blinked at it, but I'm here for it. So
Okay,
just
so
tell me what I'm doing.
instead of opening up with a weekly sports update, we're going to open up first with what we're wearing. So your jersey, my hat, whatever we got that we want to rep. Um, I want to see how this feels moving forward. So I think that
Okay.
it's a good way to segment into everything. So Kevin, I'm gonna start with you. You're repping the shirt that we all got a few weeks ago, but please
Mm-hmm.
explain the shirt. I love it.
Oh, yes. So the shirt that I'm wearing is in representation of women's volleyball. As you guys know, from a couple weeks back, we had my niece Maya on. She is a libero for the women's volleyball team over at the University of Oregon. And I felt like it was just a natural thing to wear because they had their biggest home attendance ever this past weekend.
Really?
Yes, I want to say it is 7,300 that
Wow.
packed the Matthew K. Knight Arena for some women's volleyball, and they won. So shout out to the Lady Ducks out of Oregon for winning this past weekend. Super awesome. It's about time you guys got a great crowd. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really shocked that that's the number of people for like their grand record. But hey, I hope they get more recognition. The volleyball team is highly ranked. So, oh, here it is. 7,000 334 fans last Friday against Oregon State. So, and I believe if I got it right, I believe they won too. So shout out to the Lady Ducks, shout out to Maya and the rest of her teammates. I think they're top 10 right now in the volleyball rankings.
Let's see.
If our stat guy was here and on time, he'd be able to have this so quickly for us.
Well, I'm
But
looking
yeah,
it up right now. Hold on.
all
They've
right.
only lost once.
Yes, they only
They
lost
lost to
once.
Minnesota at the beginning of September. And then yeah, they beat Oregon 3-0. And the following day, they beat UCLA 3-0.
Yeah, they're big time.
So
They're big time.
let's go. I love it. Maya, we hope you all the best. We cannot wait to hopefully watch you in person one day, repping the Ducks. We will fingers are crossed, but if we can watch a match or a game, I don't even do they call it a match or a game?
That's a great question.
I
I
think
don't
it's a
know.
match. I feel like it's a
I'm
match.
pretty sure volleyball is match. Yeah.
I think so too. I think it's a match and then it's like the game, I think.
Yeah.
Um, or set. I don't even know. There's too
No,
much.
it's definitely not set. I definitely feel like you're right that it's match.
So hopefully we can watch it. It looks like in a couple of weeks it'll be on ESPN2 when they play Stanford in Eugene. So
Yeah.
mark your
12
calendars for
p.m. Pacific time. So that's 3 p.m. us here.
okay.
And I believe also they have it on ESPN the 29th at Washington.
Oh yeah,
So
they do. So ESPN2, those two matches or two games, whatever you want to call them. Fantastic. Well, I'll try to throw it on. Um, I think the 29th might be a little bit easier just because that's the day after a baby shower and I'm just gonna be chilling.
shout out to your baby shower.
Yeah, someone needs to tell me if they're coming or not.
Yes, I'm finding out. You'll find out within the week. I
All right,
promise. I swear.
perfect, perfect. All right. So Kevin, I love this shirt. I wore mine the other day to the gym. It just felt, I don't know. I think after the Oregon football game, which we'll talk about here in a minute, I was like, I just gotta rep Oregon today. I just feel like I need to do it.
I'm not
Deep
gonna
down.
lie. I'm also surprised at how comfortable this shirt
Oh my
is.
God, so comfy.
It's only a Fanatic shirt, but like I honestly was thinking it's just gonna be one of those super super extra hard cotton shirts that
The
was just gonna
starchy
like
kind of feel.
that's just gonna
Yeah.
rip your skin off your body. But I'm glad to say I'm like I was wrong because this NIL shirt I'm gonna have to get more if they make more. So yeah.
Dude, I'll if they actually make like a green one or like a yellow one, I'd rep that too. For
Oh
sure.
no, me too. Hell yeah. I was hoping they had a green one. They only had the white one.
So
I'll dig again if I can find it.
anyone from Fanatics that listens to this podcast at all, which would be astonishing. Green, yellow, other colors that for Oregon Ducks volleyball. You guys got enough for the guys football and basketball and women's basketball. Come on, show some love to the other sports over here. But yeah, I like it. And tonight I got my new hat on. It's called Dad Gang. Um, I, I
Yes.
I found this brand. I think it was on like TikTok or Instagram, and this guy started a hat company for dads. Um, and it's only been around for a little over a year or so, a year and a half, 2 years. So I saw it. I was like, once Ashley told me she was pregnant and everything, I was like, I need the hat. I need the Dad Gang hat. And she goes, oh, you don't need a new hat. Don't need a new hat. Finally comes my birthday. I'm like, yeah, my parents gave me some money. I'm gonna go buy me this hat. I love it.
I
It
respect
is
it.
black and gold, but it's not because it's the Steelers or anything. I just like this color combo out of all the hats they had. Um, so in December when my son is born, I will be repping this hat in the pictures that people take of me and holding my kid. So Dad Gang here to stay for sure. All right.
Go Dad Gang.
All right, so let's jump into that weekly sports update. I guess we have to, like everyone else, talk about the craziness of Sunday at the Chiefs Kingdom. If for some reason you've been living under a rock, you're not a Swiftie, you're not a Chief fan, or you don't know sports or don't watch the news, Taylor Swift took Travis Kelce up on his invitation to go to Arrowhead. I watched the broadcast. I watched part of the game. They literally could not stop talking about the simple fact that she was there.
And I heard on the broadcast they were breaking down like simple football rules for Taylor Swift fans
Oh my God.
that
Well,
they were and shout out to producer Andrew in the building.
let's go.
Um
He's only 10 minutes late. So that's not that
proud of
bad.
him.
Good for
But
you.
definitely I definitely feel like they were oversold how much she was there. And I
Yeah,
was like, my God, can we like take it easy?
I know.
Drew, how you feeling, brother?
Good. How are you guys doing, Kev?
Look
Sorry
at
about
you.
the wait.
You're good. Do you wash your hair? It looks all nice and silky.
Yo, it looks like you just got like
Yeah,
a fresh haircut.
Yeah. Did you just get it cut?
I had work this morning. No, I got it. It's the same
Oh,
length as it was in West Virginia.
so it
I had
just
work this morning, so I washed it midday.
oh, look at it. Looks so
Yeah,
good.
nice.
Anyone that watches on YouTube, you'll see how nice and flowy and shiny his hair looks. It's like nice
I
and
know.
bouncy. Look at
It's
the
like
bounce.
it's immaculate. It looks like you could like. It's like you just got ready for like a promo photo.
Yeah.
I did I got new like shampoo and stuff for it. And the shit I was buying
Oh.
before was like garbage because like I didn't have any money. So
Oh, so now he's got some money. Okay, good to know.
I have a little bit more money because I'm not paying for backyard brawl stuff anymore.
Oh yeah, you just got to start putting money aside for next
Yeah,
year's backyard brawl.
exactly.
That might
We already got the hotel and shit already.
that might be slightly more expensive because you have to fly.
Yeah. I'm considering just driving myself there. Like
Why?
how far is it from Worcester versus how much is it like
It's an 8-hour drive, bro.
that sucks. Never mind. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, this is why I'm pretty
All
sure
right.
Mark
fly.
myself are gonna fly out of. I'm gonna see if I can fly out of the airport here in Islip, in Long Island because it's
Ice what?
Islip.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, it's a little town.
That sounds like a lipstick.
It does, doesn't it? But it's ISLIP.
That sounds like a scary plane that like.
Is that gonna be like a
Fucking
four-person
like
plane?
Southwest flies out of there, bro.
Oh god.
Do they fly
Bless
to
you.
Pittsburgh out of there?
I'm gonna find out. I couldn't look up flights because it's too far in advance
Yeah.
for that. I think I need to wait until the end of September or beginning of October. But
I
Andrew-
just hope if I try to find, sorry to cut you off. I just
you're
hope that
good.
the flight isn't one of those where like I gotta fly from Newark to like Atlanta and then back up to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fucking stupid.
dude, that would
Like
suck.
when I was supposed to go to Iceland via France, Germany, and Quebec.
What?
When I was over the summer, when I was supposed to go to the Czech Republic. Did I say Iceland? What the fuck?
Yeah.
When I was going to the Czech Republic but didn't actually make it,
Okay.
I was supposed to fly to Quebec and then to France and then to Germany and then into Austria or something. Like I had like 3 or 4 layovers. I hope it's not like that. Boston to
Fuck.
Pittsburgh shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Hopefully not. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna try to book a flight while we're doing this today. Okay. Don't worry about me. But no. So Andrew, we were just talking about the whole fiasco of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce this past Sunday. And Kevin and I were talking about how they apparently broke down like the rules of football to her. Even though she apparently is an Eagles fan because she's from, I guess, the Philly area originally.
Okay.
They broke down like what the plays were. And I think my favorite picture the whole time though was Mama Kelsey like leaning over telling her something and Taylor going, "Oh, that makes sense." So
yeah, she looked like she was having a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I think she had
from what I was seeing.
Looked like she had.
I hope she had a good time. Yeah, it was really interesting to me. Just real quick because like the football fans and like Taylor Swift fans are typically not like overlapping groups of people. So to see like these two large groups of like fans and people interested and active on the internet talking about the same sort of thing was very interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I just
and
find
then
it
like they talked
hysterical.
about it on the Kelsey podcast, and that was hilarious.
Oh, I had to listen to that this morning on my morning walk just for the
I
simple
hadn't had
fact
a
that I
chance
wanted
to
to
listen to it yet. I
It's
hadn't had a
funny.
chance
It's
to
good.
listen to it yet.
You'll have
I
to
listened
good.
to the beginning. I'm still like finishing it up.
Oh, the whole episode is phenomenal. First
Yeah,
off,
the
but
episode's
like
good.
you've probably seen the clip of Jason going, "How's it feel to have Taylor Swift put you on the map?" Like,
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
brag on, and it's fine. But honestly, I think it was great how they did the whole thing, how he handles it.
yeah.
Good for him. You know, he literally his jersey sales increased 400%. He had like 255,000 extra followers on Insta. His podcast is now number
went
one.
up like 63% on listening increased or something like that. I saw
the YouTube video that they had for this newest episode had over 80,000 views at one point.
Wow.
So just that Swiftie effect is great. Kevin, you'll listen through it, but they do answer football questions from Swifties.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it's hysterical to listen to.
Yeah.
My God, I can't wait.
Let's put it this way: if you know how like if you have to explain something that you know very, very well, right?
To someone who just doesn't get it, or
To
like
someone
doesn't
that does not
understand
get it, but you cannot explain it in the way that makes sense to them. That's exactly what it is. It's great.
Yeah. It's definitely it's a good episode.
Can you give
recommend
me like
anybody
one
watch it.
preview of it of like one of the questions?
Um,
I can look.
what's a down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's a down? And they're like, so there's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The play.
You got a first down, and then when you fall down, they're like, it's just you set it down. They're like, we don't really know how to explain it, so just freaking watch.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to understand football is to watch football and then
I
play
agree.
Madden. And then you'll really
Play
understand how
Madden.
defense works.
No, that's true. That's honestly how I sort of
Yeah.
figured out football was when I started to play Madden.
Yeah.
Because
Hot take
I
to
need-
anybody out there wondering like what cover 2 is. Go buy Madden. Like go buy an
Yeah.
old one. Like you can buy the one from like 2 years ago for like $10. Get the disc, like just play it at home. You'll figure it out.
God,
It's
I
not
haven't
hard.
played Madden and I haven't played Madden in so long. Now you're making me feel like Andrew, I should
I'm
go
so
and just
bad at it.
top. Me too, because I'm
I'm
one of those
so bad.
people. Yeah, I'm not
That's-
patient when it
No.
comes to like, so for example, like when you have to run, you need
Yep.
to like wait for like the blocks to hit and properly do its thing. But I'm like, no, man, this is a video game. I should just be able to turn this way,
Let's go.
turn that way, and go.
Turn up field and just go.
I,
No.
I don't follow the block and I get tackled for -3 yards. I'm like,
Yeah, it's hard, bro. There are definitely like there are people that go and I saw somebody after the Dolphins game where they dropped like 214 points in Madden on the Dolphins as the Broncos. And like if you're playing on like the easy mode and you're really good, you can do that. But like if you go online and play people, like you'll get slaughtered. Like there are some people that are so good at this game, it makes no sense to me.
I
Dude.
played Madden online once just for like giggles. And we're like, all right. So I remember I was like playing defense and I was intercepting him so much. I think I got like 3 in a row. Then all of a sudden, he just completely just turned the gas on and just crushed me. Like play like audibles, play action passes. Yeah, I don't know if Andrew familiar, whenever like people play Madden, they like it like flashes the plays on the play. Like he's got like 30 of those going. Like I'm getting confused. And he torched me and like beat me by like 4 touchdowns right after that. So
Dude, I remember the last time I played Madden, my buddy was like, we played FIFA and I kicked his ass in FIFA. Then we played NBA Live. I kicked his ass in NBA Live. He was like, all right, let's play Madden. I was like, all right, let's do this. I think I won like 45-7. I'm like,
wow.
Jeez.
It wasn't hard. Like I find the sport games to be easy because it just
some people got a touch to them.
It works in my mind.
I love
that way.
sport games. Yeah.
But like I do remember when I started playing them, I was like you, Kevin, just go through the hole. Let me run. But yeah, no, not anymore.
Speaking of, to go back to the Swiftie effect, the fact that like everyone
is talking
about that, and not only how she helped put the New Balance 550s, the red and white Kansas City colorway, on the map in one day, and like the tweets about it are hilarious. It's so I was thinking about getting these shoes, but Taylor Swift has them. It's a must cop now, and I'm like, man, if I only had that much power. Swifties run the world right now. It's kind of scary. Swifties and the Beehive. Nuts.
He's been to 20 NFL stadiums, so that'll be more than any NFL player this year.
Yeah.
So that's unreal.
Nuts.
It is a true effect. It's crazy to see the change in the culture. Now, you don't even know if this is like a real life thing, if it's going to continue or whatever, but like this one day or this 2-week time frame that we've seen is crazy. So we'll see if let's just say the Chiefs make it back to the Super Bowl. Do we expect Taylor Swift to be there?
I mean, Usher's performing.
I'd put my money on it.
Oh
I love
yeah,
that
can we
Usher.
talk about that? Usher is doing his own halftime show after many years of being a freaking guest.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, good for Usher. I don't know how many people were like, Usher's got to do the halftime show,
I don't
but like, I'm happy for them.
like. I think part of me is excited mainly because I grew up listening to Usher as a kid, like Kevin and I. But part of me is kind of like, are we just gonna try to bring back all the old artists
Hell yeah.
and let them run the gambit?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I'm cool with it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I like Usher, but I could have gone with I would have been happy with anyone else too. So
I mean, I'm in full disagreement. Usher is going to be a fantastic choice. And I think, honestly, to really captivate that halftime watching audience, you need to be a pretty huge star. Like, you have to be, because everybody is going to be watching. People that are not football people, people that are just entertainment people that like know that this is a spectacle. So Usher
Celebrity
having
fans.
yes. So Usher having a halftime show, and also spoiler alert, there is talk that part of Usher doing the halftime show is part of possibly him announcing a big world tour that he may be doing.
Usher World
And
Tour.
yeah, and if that happens, I will also be going to that because
you'll be
I'm a huge
working.
Usher fan. No, I'm
Good.
not going to work this. I will not work this concert. I'm going to be there as a fan, going
It's gonna
nuts
be at
because
MetLife as
Oh,
a
it's
fan.
100%.
I mean, I definitely think he could fill MetLife, but like I also thought someone like
Madison Square
Drake
Garden.
could fill MetLife. Like, so I'm
Mhm.
surprised he didn't do like MetLife Stadium, but yeah, I hope it's a stadium tour. If it's a stadium tour, I think it would be epic. Even if it's a arena tour, cool. I'm willing to fork up, half my savings to see, to get in there.
See Usher.
But yeah, I saw Usher when he was, only he wasn't as big as he is now. Like the concert I saw him over at the PNC Bank Arts Center. I was 11 or 12 years old. His opening act, Rihanna.
Oh
Damn,
my god.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. His opening act
Oh
was
shit.
Rihanna.
Okay.
And yeah, Usher, it was the 8701 tour. So if you're for my music people out there, that's the album that has You Got It Bad, You Don't Have to Call, You Remind Me, classic Usher jams. That's like honestly me and Merritt's middle school right there.
Yep.
So
Hey,
yeah.
Andrew, I do have a quick question. Because my
Yeah.
computer just told me that I had very little storage left. Am I good
Oh,
to
do you want me to?
am I good to delete all the videos that I have saved on my drive here because you have them on the portable drive?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
cool.
For like past episodes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're good.
All right, cool. I'll do that from now on. All right, cool. That's all I had to ask. So let's just get past the Taylor Swift and Usher and all that fun stuff for a second. Can we please talk about Colorado? Just this will be very quick. Don't need to dive into detail because we are doing this it's an hour-long segment now, a little bit over, but nothing crazy. They got completely deflated. Like they went in hyped and they left.
Yeah, they got rocked.
They got destroyed.
Yeah.
I was texting Kevin the whole game, being like, yo, have you watched this? He's no, I'm working. I'm like, okay, here's the score. Well, it's not that bad. I'm like, Kevin, it's now 35-0. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, they got smacked up. I
Yeah.
think I wasn't not expecting this. I wasn't expecting them to get smacked up this bad. I'm not gonna lie. This was not expected. But I didn't expect them to win.
No, I did not expect them to win. Their O line is garbage, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
you
it's not
really
great,
saw
no.
it. I expected them at least put up a fight. but you couldn't because Schroeder's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying not to get sacked by the Oregon defenders.
Fair.
So
Yeah.
We'll see. They play USC this weekend, so I think it's another blowout for them.
I think USC will blow them out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think USC.
I think USC will win. I don't know if it's gonna be a blowout, but
I think they'll rebound from that crappy ASU game they just had this past weekend, and be the USC that they're supposed to be. But we'll see. Colorado could win. Yeah, I don't know, but definitely was a very interesting game. So, Kevin, what are your thoughts? Because you are pro Colorado. We all are, but you are pro them having a decent season. So, what were your thoughts after that game?
No, I definitely thought that we knew there was something going to give. If you looked at the previous 3 Colorado games, especially the one that went till like 2 in the damn morning against Colorado State,
That one sucked.
the game was either going to be.
We all did.
Yeah, I fell asleep sitting down, on like
yeah, but I
head
fell
back
asleep in like
towards
the
the bed.
third quarter.
Yeah, Andrew,
You
you were out like for a
You
while.
fell asleep like a minute after we got back and just curled up with the Oreos on the bed.
I ate 2 Oreos and fell asleep.
Epic.
What can I say?
But so I thought it was either going to be one of two things. It was going to be one of those where it was going to be a shootout where like they were going to each put up like 40, or Oregon was going to show why they're the number 10 in the nation and assert their dominance. Now, I knew that there was going to be a sense of dominance like that I thought could happen, but my God. So I did see parts of the game when I was on my lunch break.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, that's
and
true.
I was like, Colorado couldn't move the ball.
No,
and the
they couldn't do
defense,
anything.
I think I watched the part when Colorado got that one interception to like see if they can get the momentum swing when they were down, I think 14-0.
Mhm.
And then they couldn't, and then Shedeur got like sacked twice. And the guys couldn't catch anything. But I'll say this was a game that I think was needed. A lot of the hype around Colorado was, let's be real, it was getting a little crazy. They kind of become like the celebrities team that, you show up with Colorado, you're a star. You got Terrell Owens on the sideline. Warren Sapp was over there on the sideline. The last home game, they had The Rock there. It's like almost, it's like a spectacle when you're going to see this Colorado team. So this was a nice wake-up call for them to understand that, hey, we're here, we were coming, but now, we still have a long way to go. And you guys mentioned like the offensive lines, the difference in defensive line and offensive lines between the two. You can see which team has been seasoned, have been like training together, and has gone through the systems over the years, where you can tell the other one is in year one. So Colorado's lines, it's going to take some years of catching up to do in order to be really like to try to assert their dominance on them. But they play USC this weekend. USC has beating everybody by 14 plus. They're one out of 8 teams that have been doing that. So I think Colorado, I think they're going to put up a fight. I believe. Is this one at Colorado, the USC game?
I think
or are
they're
they at USC?
I think they're at USC. Andrew, can you tell us?
It is Colorado. It is at Colorado.
Oh, okay.
So I think them being at home, I think that's going to be a little bit of a difference. Will they win? It's going to take a lot, but I think they're going to fight a hell of a lot tougher now that they're at home and at USC. Number 5 is there. I think number 5 in the nation. Did I get that right? Or like 4?
Number 8 now.
Oh, yeah. Number 8 now. Okay.
Number 8.
But, top 10 school coming in. They're going to be excited down over in Boulder. Unfortunately, they're still not going to have Travis Hunter because he's still recovering from his rib injury. But we'll see what happens. I'm a still believer. I still support Coach Prime and those guys. But that was a glaring thing to see for that University of Colorado team.
Yeah, I agree. It's I agree with the fact that where you call it like that, it's Hollywood's team. You know, that Terrell Owens was
Yeah.
there this past weekend, like walking on the field with them. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's a great thing for college football because it gets more people looking at it. But I do wish there was more focus on the sport itself because I think there is the glitz and glam of what they bring is great, but it also is detrimental um, to some of these guys because I think you're going to try to get people that go to Colorado for, the good reasons because Sanders can get you to the NFL. I think he can. I think he's got the prowess
Yeah.
and knows what he's doing. But I also think it brings this idea that, oh, I can get there, but you really can't. You might be a low level player and you're shooting for this. Is it going to work? Or are you going to just put your name out there on YouTube and Instagram and all this? And I'm going to get to that point.
Yeah.
So it is a very double-edged sword on how things can go. But we'll see. It is entertaining to watch for sure. This Oregon game was not entertaining at all, besides the mascot losing its head when
That
they
was
walked
funny.
out. But that was was about it.
I think the one thing though you did mention is I'll go back to what you said before, but I think the one of the things that I was definitely probably made the Oregon Ducks a little more angry was if you watch, they did a recap video and they showed like the Colorado team talking trash to the fans,
They
and
were
then the
walking on
one
the
video
O.
walking on the O, and that one guy from the team was like rubbing his feet into it. So Colorado kind of asked for the beating
Yeah.
that they got. So hey,
Yeah.
they got their humble pie. And to go back with what you said, Merritt, I know I slightly disagree. I think it's a lot of more positivity. I think one of the things they're just trying to focus. I'm looking at it as they're trying to focus on, that whole NIL deal, like your brand. And that's what primetime is. He has his brand and he's trying to express to his guys that are on his team to make sure that they take care of their brand. Like I know you mentioned the part of like, oh, well, what if this guy's only for this or just a YouTube
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. But I think Prime he is such a character that and a personality that like he kind of is gonna sniff that out of somebody from the get-go. And I don't think he would even
Yeah.
allow that to be on his team with how dialed in he is with that. So I don't know if like if that stuff starts to happen, I feel like he would just be like, got the crap, you're gonna either shape up or you're gonna shape out.
That's the help.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I like it. All right, so let's quickly talk about West Virginia basketball. There's no update. They had their first media day today. Eifert basically has reiterated that he's here to make sure that the team does well and plays for the state. They've got a pretty decent team built, so hopefully that'll be a fun game to watch. If you are a West Virginia basketball fan, I encourage you to listen to the Final Forecast. They did have Coach Eifert on 2 weeks ago or so now, Kevin. And it's a fantastic podcast, a fantastic interview with them, with John Flowers and Kevin Jones. So take a listen to that if you really want to get some in-depth thoughts into the basketball program. Football wise, ugly as hell, but we won against Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I like Nico. I think I like him better than Green out there. They throw the ball a little bit more, but the first half they played great. They were dominating Texas Tech, and in the third quarter, it almost something switched in Neil Brown's mind of like, oh, I just don't want to play to lose. I'm playing not to lose. Texas Tech starts coming back. We score again. Texas Tech comes back, and we had to stop them at the end of the game to win. It should never have been that close. I really hope that they learn their lesson because they're going to go against a TCU team that isn't as good as it was last year, but is not shitty. It is definitely still a very, very good football program. So under the lights down in Fort Worth on Saturday at 8:30. So
Oh my God, that's a night game. That's
Yeah.
right.
They got 4 out of their first 5 games are night games this year.
Wow. Oh
Wow.
man, I might have had the opportunity to actually go and watch that.
Dude, that wouldn't that be nice? You actually can watch the game.
I know.
But what are your thoughts so far? We are 4 games in. Neil Brown has had his first 3-game winning streak and his first win against Texas Tech in 5 years since he's been here.
I mean, it was ugly, but he got it done somehow. I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just again, I listened to it on the Country Roads Confidential with the guys that run 24/7 Sports, and they just mentioned they beat a Texas Tech team in which Texas Tech had the possession longer.
Mm-hmm.
They had more turnovers than Texas Tech,
Yep.
and they had more passing yards than them as well. And I just don't think that's a recipe for a winning team. But one thing they brought up is so one of the things is identity. So is the identity of this West Virginia team where the goal is to frustrate the team with the defense as much as possible and then hold them to pretty much not scoring and have a low scoring game? Is that like the identity of this team? I think that's just one of the things that they have to figure out because it's this type of play is just not going to be sustainable in the conference we're in.
No,
So
it's not. We have to be able to throw the damn ball. And Texas Tech's defense is really good. Their front seven's phenomenal. Their corners are trash, and we still couldn't throw the ball to them. So we really do need to figure something out. We'll see who the starting quarterback is. There's still no word on if Nico's starting or if Green is. So we'll see. But Kevin, the next 2 games are at night. We play
wow.
at Texas Tech at 8 p.m. On ESPN2, and then
At Texas Tech.
At TCU. Sorry,
Okay.
and then at Houston at 7 p.m. and on Fox Sports 1.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
At Houston against good old Dana Holgerson
freaking Holgerson.
with his signature. Oh my gosh.
His signature visor and sugar-free Red Bull nowadays because he had too many of the irregular ones and almost had a heart attack. So there's that. So we'll see. I hope they win. I really do. I think if they can win, let's just break this up. They went 3-1 in the first 4 games. The next 4 potentially could do the same thing. TCU is decent but not good. Houston is meh. You play Oklahoma State, who's up and down. We always play them. You never know. And then you play USC, or not USC, UCF. Sorry.
They're good.
They are good. They're better than what they're ranked. They're not ranked, and I don't know why. But that'd probably be
they're better than their record shows.
Well, they're 3-1. They lost to Kansas State. So that's it. That's all they've lost to. So we'll see by that point. We could at that point have clinched the bowl game. That'd be kind of cool.
That'd be crazy.
Man, for us to get a 6 win
that early,
so incredible.
Like, does that save him? And we can talk about another time, but that might save you another year. But let's dive into what happened today and why Andrew's wearing his favorite player's jersey for the last time on that team.
Sad. So sad. I wouldn't say he's my favorite player. I like him a lot, but I have a lot of his jerseys.
Yeah. Okay.
Which isn't entirely my fault. I was gifted one of them. Well, while you guys introduce this, I'm gonna put a sweatshirt on because it's cold as hell in my dorm.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. We'll introduce this real quick while Andrew runs and warms up. Kevin, do you want to introduce this one? I'll let you take this one.
No, you are the one. You go ahead and introduce it.
Why am I always the one? Okay.
Because you are the intro guy, I'm the outro guy. That's why.
Okay. So I have to do all the intros. I see how this works.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so again, if you live under a rock, you don't follow anything that's sports related, you don't watch the news.
Which how that's possible if you listen to this podcast, because I feel like you would, but go ahead, sir.
You never know. Dude, there's people out there that have no idea.
No, you're right.
Damien Lillard has finally been traded.
Woo!
Not to any of the teams we thought he was going to. We all thought it was Toronto, maybe the Bulls. It was 100% the Heat for like 3 months.
Yeah.
It ain't any of them. It's your
Yep.
number 2 team or number 1 team, depending on how you look at it, in the East, to the Milwaukee freaking Bucks. I don't even know what to say.
I mean, him and Giannis together. I do know there was a tweet that came out that said, like someone asked him a question, I guess on a random Twitter chat. They're like, who would be one guy that you would really love to win a championship with at current players only? And the person Dame said was Giannis. And
Yeah,
now
he said in a GQ video that if he had to get traded to any team back in like 2020 maybe.
Yeah, it was a while
2018.
ago.
It was like we would compliment each other well, and I was like, yeah, you would. Don't do that. And now he's gone and done that.
And
it's
the
so
Bucks
sick.
Didn't give up shit.
No, they got him for fucking free, bro.
So here's
literally a highway robbery.
Here's the trade. So the Bucks get Damian Lillard, right?
That's it too.
The Blazers, they get Drew Holiday, who they apparently are shopping already. They are not. He's not going to stay there. They will ship him out, mainly because they want who's the guy that Scooter or whatever.
Scoot Henderson, man, he's going to be the future.
They got DeAndre Ayton, Tumani,
which I think will be good for them.
Kamara, and the 2029 first round Bucks pick and Bucks pick swap. The Suns, who is the third team in this trade, got Kirkic, Nazir Little, Keon Johnson, and Grayson Allen. Oh, I didn't know.
Which gives them a bench.
Yeah, it gives them some players that all make up the same amount of salary that DeAndre Ayton got. So, win-win for them. But honestly, it's crazy. I did not see this trade coming at all. I was ready for him to go to Miami. So
yeah, I was not happy he was going to Miami. I was scared he was going to Philly.
I wasn't even scared of that. That one I knew was not going to happen because
I didn't think it was going to happen, but it felt like one of those things that like it could happen, and if it happened, that would suck.
Oh yeah,
so much. Because Philly fans would never shut up about that if they had Damian Lillard.
And if they won a championship with him.
And if they won a championship with him, oh my God, they wouldn't shut the hell up. And I didn't even consider the Bucks. I was like, what?
No.
I thought he would come with us, but our team is too stacked. So
apparently it was like the end of the day, like 11th hour, the Bucks came in, and apparently the Blazers didn't even go back to Miami and be like, here's what we're going to get. They just said, yeah, screw this. We'll get this.
Yeah.
And they made out well for what they wanted.
They get a great center who is on a team at probably for them, a team friendly deal because they have minimum salary cap hit now. They've lost, they shred the Lillard salary from them.
Yeah.
That's great. I think the only thing that I'd have to say about this trade that could be detrimental is none of those players in the starting lineup for the Bucks can stay healthy.
No.
None of them. Middleton missed almost all of last year. Giannis misses at least 15 to 20 games a year. I don't know the last time Lillard's played a full season.
Does Bobby Portis stay healthy?
Bobby Portis, yeah, but I've never even taken him as like a starter.
Gotta love Bobby Portis. Well, he's going to start now that they don't have Drew Holiday. He'll probably play.
Bobby Portis is not that good when
Dame will play him.
Daniel Tice drops 25 and 10 on him in the freaking FIBA basketball stuff. Like, I don't want to hear Bobby Portis is good.
I didn't say Bobby Portis is good.
But
he looks like one of those like stick men.
Oh, he does.
Like and then bugs that look like sticks.
And then you got Brooke Lopez. So
Gotta love Brook Lopez.
I love Brook Lopez, but none of those guys stay healthy.
Hey, but at the
no.
same time, they don't need to play an 82 game season. It matters to get to the
Right.
playoffs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
They
the
have
second
to
they
be
get the
healthy.
playoffs.
They have to be healthy for that. So what do you think? I guess I have 3 questions for this, and we can go quickly through it because we are almost getting closer to the end of time. What do you think this does to the NBA itself? Like to the dynamic of the teams that we have. Who does this put the Bucks in the front? Is this make them more equal with the Celtics? What's this do at this point?
You first, Andrew.
Okay, I'll go first. So before today, I would have told you that I would have staked like the majority of my basketball knowledge on the fact that the Celtics would have been the best team in the East for sure, and probably the whole league. It would depend on certain players and certain teams and health concerns, but I would have told you they have the best offense in the East, they have the best defense in the East, they have the best bench in the East, they have the best big man rotation and guard rotation in the East. Like there's no team that could compete. Besides the injury argument for the Bucks, I'm now concerned that the Bucks might have a better overall roster.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they now have so Giannis MVP guy gets the ball and storms the hoop. And now they've had Chris Middleton, so you can kick the ball out and shoot it. And Drew Holiday was doing some of that towards the latter years of him being in Milwaukee. But now you've got a guy that doesn't mind shooting 40 or 50 shots a game regularly. So I'm interested to see how their offense plays because I imagine it'll still be run mostly through Giannis, but you have this very consistent spot up shooter on your team who can also play point. So I think the Bucks are probably better, and I think they're probably more the favorites for the East now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think our team is also well built to defend them. So I think it's going to come down to how the season goes, and I'm sure I'll have a different opinion of that like 2 weeks into basketball.
All right, Kevin, what are your thoughts?
So your question, what does this do to the NBA? I don't think it really does too much to the NBA. I think the West is still the more dominant conference. You just moved one all-star over, but I still feel that the West is still supreme and the championship goes through the West. But the East got a little bit closer with this deal. You know, Dame Dollar finally has a true wingman. I don't know who is A or B. I think it's 1A, 1B with Giannis and Dame. I think you guys talked about injuries. As long as they all don't go out at the same time, you have Giannis who's carried the Bucks on his own, and Dame has carried the Blazers on his back for the last however many years. So as long as both of them don't go down at the same time, I still think the Bucks have a chance to continue to win as many games as possible. I would say with this deal, they are probably top right now, just on paper, with your Celtics, followed by the Sixers right behind, and my New York Knicks at number 4. But I just definitely feel, a lot of people have, I talked to people at work about it today because they're some basketball guys. They talk about, oh, well, Milwaukee has to go find and build its bench again. They gave away too many guys. I mean, let's just be honest. If you have a great scouting department like the Bucks do, you can easily go ahead and find people that are whether in the G League or by drafting to fill those roles. Grayson Allen, he was your defensive, annoying guard that hit its threes when he needed to. You could find somebody like that in the D League that's probably
They already have
probably
that.
even younger.
They have Patrick Covington. He does the exact same thing.
Yeah, true.
And he's a better 3-point shooter.
So there you go.
Sound sucks.
They probably need another person just to back him up. So I think the Bucks are super, super. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be a tough out. That's for sure.
Let's see real quick. So they have Amari Moore, Javane Gourmont, Drew Timmy. Oh, that's okay. They haven't updated the actual roster online yet. They have Malik Beasley. They just signed him from LA. Marcus Bolden, AJ Green, Pat Covington, Chris Middleton. They have both Lopez brothers. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just for
That
that,
way
I want them to
when
win
one
the
of them
East.
gets injured, one of
And
them
they
gets
also-
injured, they can put in the other one.
Remember, they do have Jay Crowder too, who got traded there last year that
Oh,
did
yeah.
not fit in at that
Oh,
point.
my
He's
God.
like he's a championship run. He's a championship run. Good luck charm.
Yeah.
Jay Crowder.
Also,
He's on like every team that makes it to the semis, like every year.
that's true.
Man's been to more championships than any other player.
So like I think I agree with you guys on what this does. This does I think I don't but I don't agree with your comment though, Kevin, that things run through the West. I think everything runs through the East still at this point.
I think the East is better as well.
I think the East is a much better
I think the East was better
overall
last year too.
basketball. Everything on the East is better besides the Warriors. The Lakers are good, of course.
Utah
Nah,
was good.
they
Was
were good, but they fell off.
And Denver's solid.
Denver, and then I would give you the Clippers. If they are healthy, the Clippers team is scary good.
Yeah.
But out of those four we just mentioned, I'd only be truly worried about the Nuggets and probably the Lakers. And the only reason I say that is because the Golden State Warriors are getting older and they haven't gotten younger at certain key spots to back up your Splash Bros and Draymond Green. The Lakers, I hate giving them praise because I freaking hate them so much. So this hurts to say this stuff.
The Lakers are gonna be good.
They're going to be a very good team as long as Anthony Davis doesn't sprain his ankle in midair. And LeBron doesn't have to carry as much weight as he's been carrying. I think they'll be a
They
very,
can play in
very
the
good
system
team.
again.
Yep. But I do think the NBA as a whole has switched over to play towards the East because your top teams are much better. The Bucks are far and above right now the best team in the NBA. There's no team close, in my opinion. After this,
but the overall conference, if you put the West and the East, I still think the West is better than the East.
That's
as
right.
a whole conference.
That's
The
fine.
West it still goes through the West, though. I still think it goes to the West. That's just me. It's gonna be saved for the basketball podcast.
It will. It will be
Cyrus
all saved for the basketball
and Ronald.
But I do think the Bucks are now the favorite. Podcast. Oh God, no. We'll break it.
It's gonna happen. Hour and a half.
We will break it up.
It's gonna be break it into 2 parts.
Yes, 2-part episode. One dropped on Friday, and yeah, it's fun.
And dropped on a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. You just have to do it, mister.
You have to end it on like a really controversial look.
That would actually be epic if you actually did that.
gotta end it on a really controversial note and then give it like a 24-hour like silencery period with like no Instagram posts, no social media, no nothing, no like the podcast just ends and then 2 days later the next one uploads and it's like the next hour.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Make it mad suspicious.
I do think the Celtics are your number 2 team, of course, in the East. I will put the Knicks ahead of Philly. And the reason for that is because Philly.
Oh man, is it still recording?
Yes, it's still recording. I've given praise to 2 teams I hate.
Oh my God. I can't freaking wait to make this Instagram reel.
Pigs are going to fly.
Merritt, while you're at it, how good are the Buffalo Bills this year?
They beat up on
Buffalo
shitty teams. I'm not telling them that they're good or not.
Come on.
No.
Damn. I think we were on a roll, like
Hey,
propping up our team.
wait, aren't they
Thought
what?
maybe
Are
you
they
could.
2-1? 2-1?
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yep.
lost to the Jets.
They lost week 1.
I was there for
Yeah, then we
that.
proceed. Yes, you were.
and then
And
who
then
they
they beat the Raiders pretty bad.
and they beat the
I don't know if they
Commanders.
beat 'em. And then they beat the Commanders.
Do you want me
Yeah.
to give them praise for anything?
I
They
don't
beat
know.
up on babies.
The Knicks haven't played a game this season.
So
I
what?
know, and he gave him
They're
praise.
ranking him top 3 in the league.
Oh my
I'm giving
god!
them, and the only reason I'm giving them top 3 is the simple fact that we have no idea what's happening in Philly, and James Harden does not want to play there.
If James Harden stays in Philly, I think Philly is better.
I do too. Okay, thank you, Kevin. But at the end, quick, who do you guys think actually won this trade? Out of the 3 teams, who won
Bucks.
the overall trade?
The Bucks. That or Phoenix, weirdly, because now Phoenix has like players. I think it's good for every team.
I think it's
But
great
I
for every
agree.
team.
I
this
think
was
the
very
Bucks got
even.
out the best, and I think it's sort of slept on how much Phoenix needed to do what they did. Because Ayton didn't want to be there. They were paying him stupid money, and they had like maybe
No
10
bench.
guys on their entire roster. Maybe. And that's including like injured dudes who are not going to play for the next like 3 years.
I would say the Bucks 100% won it, but I would say the Blazers are the team that won, like, in the long term, they won out the whole time.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they got younger, they got
Mhm.
salary cap room,
They got picks.
they got
Or
1 to
a
2
pick
picks.
and a pick swap.
Yeah, so I think they won at the end of the day. When you look back at the trade in a couple of years from now, I think you'll say that they won out. So
Yeah. Unless the Bucks win like the next like 3 championships or some shit, then
yeah, unless that happens, but I don't.
the Bucks
that
go on
could.
like a crazy run, that'd be insane.
What about
I
you,
would hate
Kev?
that so much.
Same here.
If I'm talking present day, I'm going with obviously the Bucks. I mean, Dame Dollar and Giannis together is just a combo that I just foolishly never ever saw
I can't
coming
wrap my head
because
around it.
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that to happen. But shout out to the Bucks, and I'm really just excited to see what they do. You know, that means I need to get me a Dame Dollar jersey for a Bucks. I just need it with that Motorola patch, so I gotta find it. And it's thank goodness I didn't pull the trigger on the eBay jersey that I was about to get of an authentic Blazers one, because then it would be obsolete because he doesn't play for them anymore.
That's true. All right, Andrew, did we miss anything tonight?
I don't know how much you talked about football, but there's the defeated battle happening this weekend. Broncos play the Bears.
I'm not even entertaining that. Not even entertaining that one little bit.
I think that's the only thing that I can think of that's of note.
Oh, one thing I was gonna say that we didn't talk about with the basketball team for WV. For any WV fan, I really hope you follow their Instagram, WVU Hoops. They had a really awesome thing where they had the players play Pictionary.
Oh my God, that was great.
Draw the opponents that they're facing in conference. I think the best one was simply whoever just wrote UCF for the description. Absolutely hilarious. They didn't even bother drawing a knight or anything.
I just like the first one where he drew a circle and then he kept drawing it was like, what is that? It's a longhorn. Deers. What are you talking about?
The best one I thought, because he took like a whole hour, was a Cook Cincinnati paw print. I was like, that was key. And shout out to Pat Sumnick for literally guessing like all the ones. He guessed the Baylor Bear. He guessed the TCU Horned Frog, which is hilarious.
Is that a horned frog? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good job. All right,
Gotta
Kev.
love it.
Well,
look at that. With 46 seconds to spare. But it's outro time. You know, we're doing this, trying to make it a little more lunchable for you. So, you know, you're able to get this in through your lunch break. So just a couple of things. Make sure you go ahead. If you want to listen to us on all streaming platforms. We are available on Apple Podcasts. We're available on Spotify. We are on Google Play and we are on Amazon Play. Make sure you go ahead and watch our YouTube at the Manly Musings podcast. Shout out to our guy Cyrus, who always comments. We'd like more comments other than Cyrus, so please do your
Go
thing.
talk to Cyrus in the comments.
Yes, talk
Have
to Cyrus on the
have a
comments.
basketball argument with Cyrus in the
Yeah.
comments. I'd
I'm
love
sure
to see
he'd
that.
love to hear your opinion.
Yes, and I would die if he went through a 2-hour argument via chat with somebody. So please
In
do
our
it.
comment section.
Amazing.
Oh, God.
Make sure you guys follow the Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. We have a great time. We had a great time during the backyard brawl with some of our reels that we made and some of our photos. So make sure you guys tune into that. You can follow Merritt at his Instagram at Merritt_P. Follow Andrew at his at A Melville56. Follow me at KQuava624. And yeah, guys, we're reaching year 2 for this podcast. So stay
Almost done.
tuned. For those of you that have been following the Manly Musings universe, we appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this ride. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace, y'all.
Bye, y'all.